everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Connect System. And this is Saoirse here, coming to you from the top of Ireland and the land of Connaught and County Donegal, Ireland. And so I want to welcome you to this. This week, these sessions are going to be dealing with stress and how the Connect System can handle stress. So we just focus on that, stress in the workplace and stress in general, and how a lot of people can take that home with them and how to deal with it using the Connect system here. So a lot of people are stressed out these days in the workplace and in general, to the point of you're seeing it in the news. It's affecting people's lives in a lot of negative ways, the way people are dealing with it. And there's really no point on it when you know how to, you can't control stress, but if you know how to deal with it and handle it in your life and help people around you to handle it, then you can eliminate it for the most part in your life. So what is the one thing that leaders can do to change the world? Well, change the way that you deal with people, change the way you manage people. And one of the ways to do that is to decrease stress in the workplace. Yeah, well, what a novel idea. So what does global stress in the workplace look like right now? These are based on the Gallup State of the Global Workplace 2023 report. And so global workplace stress, well, guess what? Employee engagement is up. So we're doing that with the remote working or the websites or some kind of social media for work on like Facebook work or something like that. Or just engaging with management in the traditional sense. But 6 out of 10 employees are quiet quitting, even though engagement is up to record highs of 23%. And quiet quitting costs $8.8 trillion annually in the global workplace. That's like 9% of global GDP. So it's definitely expensive. Employee stress levels are at record high of 44%. And overall, the current employees that are actively seeking other employment while they're at work and have a job are 52% active lookers. So employee engagement connection is the most important thing. So the corporate culture, how you connect with your employees is 380% more important than anything else. Global workplace stress, 86% of quiet quitters. These are the three things they want: connection or culture, 48%. Pay and benefit improvement is 33%, especially right now with the inflation rising, that this part has come up and been more important. So well-being is important. That includes the health benefits and things like that, but also workplace well-being, like whether you have showers or a gym or things like that, some of those benefits, those are 19%. In global workplace stress. Now, these statistics are based on Stress in the Workplace 2023 report from the Council of Health in the Workplace. Almost all employees report having chronic stress in the workplace. That's like 94%. So 6% say they're not stressed in the workplace, but 94% say they are. That's 9 out of 10. That's basically everyone. And the workplace stress affects women more than men. So about 54% of women, it affects them outside their work life, and men 47%. So women are more affected than men. And overall, out of everyone, how much workplace stress affects mental health? 99%. Now, 1/10 of all workers are overworked. And these are statistics again for Workplace Statistics 2023. Workplace stress is the 5th major cause of death in America, 120,000 people annually per year, annually. And workplace-related stress costs $3.7 trillion in the U.S. annually alone. Decrease workplace stress. Now, if you can decrease workplace stress and create a healthy environment with connection and corporate culture, then you can increase sales by 37%. And productivity by 31%, and task accuracy by 19%, basically 20%. So, and just the task accuracy improvement alone can bring in a lot of, can save a lot of money in the workplace. So we have that in another seminar. So workplace stress in America, only 5% of American workers report no stress. and they're probably exaggerating. So 95% of people are stressed in the workplace overall, and that's in America. These statistics are from crash and burnout, workplace stress, the new normal. So that's a 2021 report. So it's not quite as current, but the important thing is out of the 95% of people that are stressed, 6% of people are saying that it's so high it's unsustainable, and 23 or 24% say it's high. The important thing is like they're past the breaking point. 6% of people are past the breaking point. So what can the Connect system do for that? Well, if you remember, there was a review from the other training, 32% of people will act first, 45% of people will feel first, and 23% of people will think first. So you have your actors, feelers, and thinkers. Out of those, each one has personas that fall into those categories. So we have the horse persona and the beaver persona, the otter persona and the collie persona, the lion persona, the eagle persona, and the owl persona. So you have the actors, the feelers, and the thinkers. Now, how you connect. Everyone has all 7 personas in different levels and intensity, and people tend to prefer some over others. No persona is better than any other, but the key to connecting is going through the hidden question to meet the hidden need. Go through the filter to meet the need. That's connection. Now, how does that deal with stress? So dealing with stress, everyone can handle stress in different levels and amounts. Each persona indicates stress in predictable ways. So if you know those predictable ways, you know how you can help that person when they are in stress. So you have your sudden distress flares, the distress flares. You have distress levels 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the worst because you're the furthest down on it. And chronic distress pattern, which is a pattern of stress that is so chronic that it's all the time. And they don't maybe even realize that that's where they're at, living in that chronic distress pattern. Today, we're only going to be dealing with the distress flares because it's just an overview for the benefit of people watching. So anyway, so now the 3 types of people: the actors, people who approach life through action first, who communicate through action first, and are kinetic in their motivation. So today we're talking about the horse persona. The horse persona, well, they're going to deal with it in a predictable way. So now, as a review, these are people that are natural changers, they're action-oriented, and they love to innovate just for the sake of innovation. And their hidden question is, what is your motive, or why are you doing this? And their hidden need from others is congruency and action. So their character strength is courage. So what is your motive? Why are you doing it? And why are you doing something? And they need your words and your actions to line up. So they don't like people that say one thing and do something else. Now with the distress flares, their distress flares are ADA. They attack, they demand, and then they attack again. So if a horse persona is under stress, they're going to flare up, maybe without even any warning. They're going to flare up and they'll turn around and attack somebody. Why are you doing this? What's your problem? Why can't you do better? What's the deal going on? Why am I, like this or that? So that's the attack. And then they'll demand action that lines up with congruency. They'll demand we need to just get this done. Will you just change this? This needs to be totally changed. And then they'll go back to attack. A lot of times it's ad hominem attack. So they'll attack the person or the person's character, which may or may not have any relationship with the stress, the stressors, or the solution to the stress. So it's just for the sake of making them feel better. That's why they do it. So they'll attack, demand, attack, ADA. When you see that flare go up, then, step out of the way, try not to be in the line of fire, and then come back and meet their needs. So explain why something is going on and how it lines up with your words and actions so that they can have their needs met. So it's a real simple way to deal with it. And it's obviously very easy to identify with someone, but if you can de-escalate the situation, de-escalate the stress by going through the filter to meet the need, then you'll make a connection, and then things will get better. And then once that flares out, then everything's back to normal, and there's no emotion or feelings involved except for anyone that was the bystanding that was offended. So of course your feelers are going to be offended, so you might have to diffuse that issue as a separate issue, but we can deal with that later as when we talk about the feelers and how they deal with the distress flares. So the distress flares, again, are ADA, attack, demand, attack. When you see that pattern going on, step out of the way, let them flare their thing up, and then when it all comes back down, just go through the filter to meet the need. Now, there are 3 distress levels. We're not dealing with the distress levels today, but that's predictable pattern. And these are going to be more long-term, where the flares are going to just flare up all at once without any warning. The distress levels are going to be more of a pattern that's going on over time. So this can be like over days or weeks. They'll go into these usually within a day, but they can last longer depending on which level they're at. So level 1 is the least effective, and level 3 is the strongest effect, have the strongest effect on the life. Then the chronic distress pattern, that's a pattern that is over time, that stays over time. So now today, like I said, we're only dealing with the distress flares. And so you can think of people that are like this. So let's say that you're in your office and your boss starts to go mad, like all of a sudden, everybody's you can kind of sense it because everyone in the office is walking on eggshells and being real careful, like, oh, it's one of those days. And then sure enough, the horse persona boss just blows up and starts attacking who's ever the nearest to them. And they'll attack with things that they know will be hurtful. So they'll why don't you ever do this, or why do you always do that? And again, they're looking for that need. They usually use the hidden question. They use the filter as the attack point. So the hidden filter, or the filter, is why are you doing something? So they attack you with the why. Why are you doing it? They don't want an answer, because if in the unlikely event you're able to give an answer, they'll just see it as an excuse. And so it won't help the situation, even if you can give a good answer, unless it's, definitely something that needs to be diffused right at the moment. And sometimes that can help, but generally they're just lashing out for the sake of lashing out. They'll demand results. They'll demand action. There'll be an action-oriented demand, and then they'll come back and attack. So you think it's sorted, they turn around and come back and restart the whole process again. So sometimes this can, cycle in, and instead of just one flare, they might send up several flares. But once the flares were sent out and they fizzle out, then everything can go back to relative normality at that point. So at that point, you come in and you give you go through the filter to meet the need. And once you're doing that, you connect with that person, and they'll respect you for it, because your words and your actions will line up in congruence, because see, that's the hidden need. And when you do that, then they respect you for it. And then the situation is dissolved or de-escalated. So that's how the horse persona signals that they're under stress, and how you can watch for it and how you can deal with it. Now, we go into a lot more detail in a full seminar or workshop, and that's not what we're doing today. We're just kind of talking about the distress flares and how to diffuse it. So if you see someone who's a horse persona under stress, doing the ADA distress flares, attack, demand, attack, now you know what it is. Now you know what their persona is, that they're a horse persona, and you know that their hidden question, the filter, is why are you doing this? What's your motive? And the hidden need is congruency in action. So that's why when they demand, they want the action. So anyway, that's it for the horse persona and the distress flares. remember, you can diffuse it by going through the filter to meet the need. Go through the hidden question to meet the hidden need. Now, right now, this video is on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, and there'll be a little workbook that you can go with us. That'll go with all of those statistics and the distress flares. It'll talk about that more. So also, there's a stress test that you can download for free, the FSI stress test, to find out how much stress you're dealing with in your life right now, or maybe you know someone else who's being stressed or under stress. And then also 32 life hacks to de-stress your life. Now, maybe you're not at a point where you need 32 life hacks plus a bonus one, but maybe you know someone who is under a lot of stress who could benefit from the free handout. It's a PDF, so you can download the PDF file and share it. And then also there's the bonus of how to de-stress your life, the bonus life hack, and that is definitely it's so good. You can do it instantly, no bother. So that's it for the seminar. And also, if you have any questions or comments, you can direct message me on Facebook or put a comment below and I'll answer it. Or you can email me at info@freedomsaoirse.com, or you can go to Freedom Saoirse International and fill out the form at the bottom and get access to all the resources for free. So hope to hear from you soon, and I hope that helps. Have a splendid day, Shaniga Full. That's it for now. Slán.